I'm looking right, baby. She wanna lick, I'm only out here for the night, baby. I'm Puerto Rico, Casamigos with the Sprite, baby. She wanna fuck with the scammers, talk to me nice, baby. She hit the bottle and I hold this wobble wobble. Just thought he fucking for a fight, the cobble wobble. African swing, he spin, hit the throttle. She wanna fuck with the gangsters, talk to me nice, baby. Finish the bottle when I hope then she a model. She in the mirror like a Showtime, the Apollo. Catch up the phone, now I pull up in the Tahoe. Thought it's boring, I ain't calling unless she swallow. She don't listen, I ain't tripping, she don't follow. Got another where he swerving on the potholes. Got another thought, he thinks she hit the lotto. She pop a perky, then she chase it with Moscato. This bitch is bad, she fucking all the drug dealers. I took his bitch and then I took his plug, nigga. Have her back, I'm getting to the bag, nigga. Bust in your house, I'm running through your stash, nigga. On the grand flashing all that cash, nigga. Part in my back, I'm counting all these stacks, nigga. Gucci duffel Louis on my ass, nigga. Hennessy and TNT, we blast, nigga. Ferragamo on my dress, I'm looking right, baby. She wanna lick, I'm only out here for the night, baby. I'm Puerto Rico, Casamigos with the Sprite, baby. She wanna fuck with the scammers, talk to me nice, baby. She hit the bottle and I hold this wobble wobble. Just thought he fucking for a fight, the cobble wobble. African swing, he spin, hit the throttle. She wanna fuck with the gangsters, talk to me nice, baby. This whole insect, she fucking on the damn crew. Coming out of sock, she lost her damn shoe. Her friend a poppin', she ain't got no damn clue. Rollin' O's and weed and smoking bamboo. Smoking gelato when the Tahoe smell the fucking jar. She wanna ride with me cause we look like some movie stars. This thotty moving faster than a speeding car. Coming through the door with no panties on. Poppin' Molly's and you know she took his anti-bar. Talking about a Mazda is a family car. I hit her with a curve, then the coup de grace. Zillow games, I'm shaking up the dice, baby. She wanna stay with me so we can make the night, baby. She wanna be with me so I can lay the pipe, baby. I'm only out here for the night, baby. I'm only out here for the night, baby. Ferragamo on my dress, I'm looking right, baby. She wanna lick, I'm only out here for the night, baby. I'm Puerto Rico, Casamigos with the Sprite, baby. She wanna fuck with the scammers, talk to me nice, baby. She hit the bottle and I hold this wobble wobble. Just thought he fucking for a fight, the cobble wobble. African swing, he spin, hit the throttle. She wanna fuck with the gangsters, talk to me nice, baby. These thotties announce me, honestly, put the seat back in the hottest seat, bodies, your little mama wanna suck in the swallow me, whack ties.
Welcome to the check-in report. I am your humble yet gracious host, True and Livin. I'm in the building.
Hold up.
I'm not your homie, I'm the one and only macaroni.
Hold up.
Today's topic, Donald J. Trump in the White House post a racist message towards the Obamas.
Hold up.
We're here to talk about it tonight. Donald Trump in his administration posted a racist message depicting Barack Hussein Obama and his lovely wife, Michelle Obama, depicting them as monkeys. And to add to the insult, this is on Black History. This is Black History Month. We are in February. And I'm here to ask the question, is Donald Trump racist? You know, a lot of people have their opinions of Donald Trump. A lot of people have, called him racist. They have, said that he's always been a racist. He's always, done things. But, he does have a checkered past, because I remember when, people in hip hop were sucking him off. Give me 1 second. I remember when people in hip hop. I'm dealing with a cold here, so y'all give me a little bit of y'all give me a little bit of respect. You know, I'm dealing with a little cold here. But I remember when people in hip hop were sucking him off, making songs about him, and pretty much stroking the scrotum of Donald J. Trump in hip hop. Oh, he rubbed shoulders with the elites. He rubbed shoulders with the Jay-Z's, the 50 Cents, the Diddy's. He rubbed shoulders with the elites in hip hop. So he does have a checkered past. Now, if you want to know my stance, like, I've said this before, I have a hard time believing any white man. And how old is Donald Trump? Let me just put him up on the. Let me put how old he is on the screen. Trump age. Trump is 79 years old. Now, this has always been my rule, right? This has always been my rule. Any white man that is of the age of 70 and older, really is 69 and older for me. But any white man that's of that age, from the 69 and older, he's a racist. That has always been my rule, because the reality of the situation is, Donald Trump was born in 1946. He's seen some real racism. He didn't see 90s racism, like, oh, I'm a black man and I can't catch a cab in New York. He's seen some real racism. He's seen, segregation. He's seen Jim Crow. He's seen some real racism. So I have a hard time believing any white man at the age of 70 and older isn't a racist. So that's always been my rule to thumb, that, any white man at that age, I believe that they're racist, Joe Biden, he's another one claiming that he's not a racist. He's another one. But you supported the mass incarceration bill. You compared little black kids to cockroaches. But he's saying that he's not racist. Joe Biden, he's another white racist, in my opinion. Joe Biden, you tried to criminalize black people, for selling crack. Meanwhile, your son is beaming up the Scotty. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Let me just grab some tissue. Give me 1 second. Let's grab. Okay, we're back. I just had to grab some tissue. Yeah, but like I said, I have a hard time believing that any white man at a certain age is not racist. So Trump is no different. But let's play the video in question where Donald Trump. Now this is going everywhere, and we're going to get to some statements of some people. And another thing, the Republicans have condemned Donald Trump. The Republicans have finally stood up to Trump. The Republicans have finally said, you know what, enough is enough, Trump. Enough is enough. The Republicans finally said, after this, after all of the, people that have lost their lives in ICE, after all of the, the nonsense Trump has been doing, the rhetoric, this was the straw that broke the camel's back for the Republicans to finally say something. against Trump. You know, there's been a couple of Republicans. I've seen Tim Scott, a couple other Republicans condemning Trump for this racist video that he did put out. But without further ado, let's get into this video that he posted in the White House. And I want to play the full thing that I'm. Donald Trump, you have Obama, Barack Obama and his lovely wife depicted as monkeys. Specifically them, two black individuals, you know, one African, one foundational black American, depicted as monkeys. And I believe that's Hakeem Jeffries. But here you have Hillary Clinton. Remember, she's not depicted as a monkey. You got Hakeem Jeffries. He's depicted as almost like a sloth, I guess, or maybe like some type of small rodent animal, right? But remember, look at all the white faces. They're not monkeys. Only Barack and Michelle were the monkeys. Let's continue. Here you have AOC, and I don't know who this is, but that's AOC right here. Again, depicted as what? Donkeys. Depicted as, not depicted as monkeys. It was a concerted effort to depict Barack Obama and his lovely wife as monkeys. Why? And of course, we know the racist history of, black people being depicted as monkeys, as primates, as apes. We know the history. We know the racist history. We know the rhetoric. Trump decided to put this out, or his administration decided to put this out. They thought that this was a good idea. They thought that this was funny, They thought that this was acceptable. And keep in mind, this is Black History Month. We are in the top of February. Super Bowl Sunday goes down Sunday. Top of February, Black History Month. Let's continue with the video. Will anybody else be depicted as a monkey, or is it just Barack and Michelle? Was it only just Michelle and Barack? Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. One second. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. What happened to the video? Hold on, y'all. What happened to I just had the video up here. Let me see if I get it back. One second. Trump video. Get back into this video. Like I said, look, you see all of these other white faces. You see all of these other white faces depicted as other animals. You see this person depicted as a giraffe. This person depicted as a elephant. But they made a concerted effort to depict Obama as a monkey. Here you have Joe Biden. He's the only person depicted as another monkey, another primate. You could make that assertion as maybe Joe Biden's N-word lover. however you want to describe that. You have Kamala Harris. I believe that's supposed to be like a turtle or something like that. But again, only Barack and Michelle were depicted as primates, as monkeys. And Joe Biden. Maybe you could say Joe Biden is the N-word lover. Maybe you could say maybe that's why they decided to depict him as a monkey. Let's continue. Now, I believe this is Hakeem Jeffries. This is Hakeem Jeffries. And I believe he's either a monkey or some type of sloth. Right? Let's continue. And here you have Trump as the lion. This is absolutely racist, in my opinion. This is racist. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is racist. This is racist. You know, listen. If everybody that he was coming at was depicted as a monkey, as an ape, then, you know, I would say, you know what? Trump is just clapping at everybody. He's calling everybody in the Democrats monkeys and whatever. But he made a concerted effort. Whoever made this AI video that they decided to post made a concerted effort to call Barack Obama and Michelle monkeys. Fire! 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 This was a concerted effort. This was a concerted effort. Make no qualms about it. Depicting them two as monkeys. Why? And I'm here to ask the question, is Donald Trump a racist? You already know my thoughts. I told you guys I have a hard time believing any white man that's of the age of 70 is not a racist. That's where I stand. But putting this video in perspective and him allowing this, and I'm sure there are videos and I'm sure that there are content pieces that, you know, Trump, you know, he just allows people to go, you know, I'm sure he has a team that just allows them to post what he wants to post, right? I don't think Trump is making AI videos or Trump is sitting there, you know, I believe he has other things to do. But the fact that he allowed this or he okayed this or his administration, which is the, you know, an atmosphere of acceptance, shows me that there is an anti-black agenda going on here. Fire! 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 Anti-black agenda. Now, hold on. And y'all forgive me, I'm dealing with a cold right now. I wasn't sick this whole week, but it just kind of crept up on me today. So y'all forgive me. But, and you know, I don't look at Barack Obama as a black man. But, you know, his wife is a black woman. And I understand that the world looks at Obama as the first black president. And for you to take those two melanated people and, you know, make them into monkeys, it shows me that there is an atmosphere of acceptance when it comes to racism towards black people. Everybody in this video is another animal. Everybody's another animal. You got, you know, some Democrats are, you know, elephants. Some Democrats are giraffes. Some Democrats are lemurs. You made a concerted effort to showcase Barack and Michelle as monkeys. That's racist. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Will Trump issue an apology to the black community? Will he issue an apology to Barack and Michelle Obama? I don't believe he will. But do you believe he should? I believe he's too much of a prideful individual. But I believe he should. This is highly disrespectful to depict Barack and Michelle as monkeys. Why? And you can't say that, oh, this was just, by coincidence. You can't say that. Because if you had two Democratic people, let's say you had AOC. Let's say you had AOC and Bernie Sanders at the beginning of this video, and they were two apes bouncing around eating, bananas. Then we can say, okay, you decided to showcase them two as monkeys. And let's say, Barack, you made a giraffe, and Michelle, you made a zebra. You actually should have made Obama a zebra. That probably would have made more sense. But the fact that you took the only two black people and made them monkeys, that is absolutely racist. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I got to get my Dr. Umar on.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
I got to get my Dr. Umar on right now. The only two black and you made Michelle a gorilla. Why did you make Michelle a gorilla?
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
And like I said, it speaks to, because like I said, I don't believe that Trump is making these things, right? I don't believe that Trump is gathering AI videos and posting them. I don't believe he has time to do that. My issue is the atmosphere of acceptance in the White House. Somebody okayed this video. Somebody said that this was a good idea. Somebody said that this was appropriate. Somebody said that this was, this is culture. This is fine. There's nothing wrong here. It speaks to the atmosphere of acceptance in the Trump administration.
Fire! 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 Fire!
Y'all forgive me. Like I said, I'm dealing with a cold, y'all. Dealing with a cold. Like I said, though, I want to know, do you feel like Trump is a racist? For him to do this, for him to okay this. And I think he should issue an apology. They're saying that so far, he has not issued an apology. They took the video down. Let me see. Trump apologize Obama video. Has he apologized? Trump refuses to apologize over video showing the Obamas as apes. This is by the Washington Post. He has refused to apologize to the Obamas. And make no mistake. Like, white men like Trump, they know full well what real racism looks like. They know full well. Like I said, they didn't experience, Trump is not used to this, a black man can't catch a cab or, Trump is used to real racism, Jim Crow, segregation, redlining. He's not used to this new age racism. He's seen the real racism. So make no mistake. Don't make him act like he's oblivious. You know what people love? Like people like Trump like to say, "Oh, I don't see color." Cap. He has declined to apologize. Let me see this video real quick. He has declined to apologize, though.
Taking down a video reposted tonight, President Trump speaking out following that rare reversal, taking down a video reposted by his social media account. After the Senate's only black Republican, South Carolina's Tim Scott, a strong Trump supporter.
Yeah, I saw Tim Scott was condemning him. Tim Scott called him out. Tim Scott said he was hurt. I think we're going to look at Tim Scott's tweets. He's a Republican. He's a black man. And he was appalled at it. He didn't like what he saw. You know?
Called the decision to repost it, quote, the most racist thing I've seen out of this White House.
And listen. I think I have to agree with Tim Scott here. That was very disrespectful, very racist. If you, like I said, when you look at the video, take a look at the video. Take a good hard look at the video. Every other Democrat is depicted as another animal. The racism is blatant. The video starts off with Barack and Michelle depicted as monkeys. How could it not be more racist than that? I think that Trump should apologize. Trump, you should apologize for what you did here. And I know that you know what's probably going to happen. Trump is not going to apologize. Trump is going to blame it on the staffer. But Trump, you are the commander-in-chief. Trump, you are the commander-in-chief. It doesn't matter if your staffer did it. It doesn't matter if somebody in your team did it. You have to take accountability for it. This is your administration. This is your team here. You allowed them, and it goes back to what I said. We're going to keep talking about that. The atmosphere of acceptance. There's an atmosphere of acceptance that allowed that video to go out. People keep ignoring that because we're so focused on Trump. We're so focused on this. We're so focused on that. You know, don't focus on Trump so much. Focus on the atmosphere of acceptance that allowed that video to go out. There's an atmosphere of acceptance that allowed that video to go out. That was diabolical. And listen, I'm no Barack fan. I'm no Obama fan. I'm no Michelle fan. But you did, I mean, you did bad with that. That was disrespectful. That was racist. Any Trump, so I would love to hear a Trump supporter defend it. I would love to hear one of you guys come in here, any Trump supporter, to come in here and defend it. It was blatant racism. It was unabashed, blatant racism. It was in your face racism. And Trump, as the commander-in-chief, you should apologize. You should just say, you know what? As commander-in-chief, I want to apologize for, the staffer who posted that message. It was disrespectful and racist. I apologize for that. Because if you don't apologize, I feel like it's an atmosphere of acceptance. No accountability. And, Trump hasn't shown any accountability. He hasn't been showing any accountability for the things he's done, for the things he's been putting out there, for, how he's running the country. He hasn't been showing any, accountability. But here you have Tim Scott, the most racist thing I've seen come out of the White House.
I've seen out of this White House.
I didn't make a mistake. I mean, I look at.
Well, I gotta read his thing. Hold on. Y'all forgive me. Like I say, I'm dealing with a cold here. Dealing with a nasty code. So this is Trump's comments. What he said in relevance to the racist video that is out there. He said, "I didn't make a mistake. I mean, you give wait, he says, I look at a lot of thousands of things, and I looked at the beginning of it. It was fine." So wait a minute.
Hold up.
Wait a minute. See, I'm thinking that Trump doesn't have time to look at these videos and okay it. He's pretty much saying he's seen the beginning of that video and it was nothing wrong with it. He's saying that he's seen the beginning of that video of two black people, or two supposed black people, because I don't believe Barack Obama's black. He's an African, but two supposed black people depicted as apes and monkeys. He thought that was nothing. He thought it was nothing wrong with that. And it goes back to what I said. Any white man past the age of 70, I have a hard time believing that they're not racist. For you to see something like that, for you to see two black people depicted as monkeys, and for your mind not to see any correlation to that being racist, you, my friend, are racist.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
For you to see two black people depicted as monkeys, and you say, you know what, ain't nothing wrong with that. They in their natural habitat. I see nothing wrong with this video. I see nothing wrong with Barack Obama swinging from tree to tree, eating on bananas. I see nothing wrong with Michelle Obama beating upon her chest like a wild gorilla. For you to see that, and for you to not have any correlation to that being racist, you are racist, Donald Trump.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
We gotta call a spade here. Donald Trump, you did bad, bro. You should apologize. I don't even think you should apologize to Obama. You should apologize to your black constituents. Apologize to the Tim Scotts. Apologize to the black Republicans. Apologize to the black people who did vote for you. I'm not one of them, but the black people who did vote for you, who are foundational black American, who are American, you should apologize to them for you putting out that video and depicting two supposedly black people and depicting them as monkeys. You okayed that. Because now it's coming to light that you thought that it was nothing wrong with it. You you said it right here. You said it right here. In this post, you said that you seen it and you said that you felt like it was nothing wrong with that. That's interesting to me.
A lot of thousands of things, and I looked at the beginning of it. It was fine. Nobody knew that was at the end.
The AI-generated video depicting Barack and Michelle Obama as...
The video starts like this. We didn't even get to the end of the video yet. But you found nothing wrong with these two black individuals being depicted as monkeys. That's crazy.
Apes was reposted by the president's Truth Social account just before midnight and deleted this morning. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt initially defended reposting the video, writing, "This is from an internet meme video."
See, they had no accountability. They came for at the door. At the door, they coming up defensive. This was just a meme, blah, 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 blah. Apologize. And see, that's the problem with the Trump administration. The Trump administration takes no accountability. See, what the Trump administration is trying to do, they're trying to make white people forget. Forget about the slavery and forget about all the messed up things in the past we did to black people. That's what their administration represents. They want to whitewash history. Oh, let's forget about our racist history. Let's forget about the lynching. Let's forget about the domestic terrorism against black people. Let's forget about, all of the crimes committed against black people. Let's forget about bombing their communities. Let's forget about putting them in chains and shackles and enslaving them. Let's forget about redlining. Let's forget about Jim Crow. Let's forget about segregation. Trump has made a concerted effort to try to make, to try to forget this country's rich history of disrespecting black people.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
And that has culminated up until this moment right here. You have an administration that is trying to whitewash history. And that is so tone deaf to this country's rich history of disrespecting and violating black people that they won't take accountability when they make a mistake. That's a problem.
Fire! 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 Fire!
That's a problem. That's a problem. And trust me, I'm not on the woke side. I'm not with the liberal agenda. I'm just calling a spade a spade. The United States has a rich history of disrespecting black people, violating black people. For you and your administration to post that video was disrespectful. Not just to the Obamas, but to the black community, to the black citizens of America. That was disrespectful. The right thing to do would to be apologize, issue an apology to the Obamas, and give an apology to all of the black Americans who seen the video and felt the way that the White House were depicting two black individuals like that. That would have been the right thing to do. That would have been the sound thing to do. That would have been the respectable thing. That would have been the wise thing to do. They chose to go the defensive route. They chose to go the other way. No, we ain't going. We ain't apologizing to these niggas. Apologize to these niggas for what? All this defensive. Apologize for what you did. Apologize for creating an atmosphere of acceptance, of allowing this. The fact that this even slipped through the cracks is disrespectful.
You don't find that suspicious?
The fact that nobody vetted this, that nobody stopped this, that there was nobody on your team that was, eloquent enough, smart enough, who had a brain cell to say, you know what, depicting two black individuals in politics as monkeys is probably not a good optic. It's probably not a good idea. It's probably something that we should not be pushing on the White House Twitter of anything. This is something that we should not be putting out there. But it just speaks to the atmosphere of acceptance and the benign neglect.
Depicting President Trump as the king of the jungle and Democrats as characters from The Lion King. Please stop the fake outrage. But after Scott's
fake outrage. Salute to Mr. Antidiotic. Salute, he says hi. Salute to you, bro. They calling it fake outrage. You depicted two black people as monkeys, and you're calling it fake outrage. It goes into what I said. Excuse me, y'all. Hold on. The Trump administration is full of racists. Benign neglect racists who won't take accountability for the things that they've done. Mr. Antidiotic says, Trump, what a a-hole. He calls him an a-hole. Salute to Mr. Antidiotic. Yeah, you know, Trump, like I said, Trump is a racist. And listen, you know, being a racist and being prejudiced, two different things. You know, I believe that Trump could be a racist. He may not be prejudiced, but he's racist. I'm sure he has feelings towards black people. You know, a racist, a lot of people don't know what a racist is and a prejudice is. A racist is just someone who's concerned about their race. Someone who's concerned about their race. A lot of black people you could label them as racist. A lot of white people you could definitely label them as racist. Being prejudiced and racist is two different things. Right? I definitely believe Trump, a white man who grew up in the 50s and the 60s, who's seeing real racism, absolutely is a racist. No doubt about it. I mean, if you look into his family history, you see that his family members were collaborators with the KKK. They worked in collaboration. I believe it was his father. You know, there's been Trump stories about him not giving black families, you know, allowing them to buy, you know, property, not property, but what is it? Like apartment buildings and stuff like, not apartment buildings, but apartment complexes, denying them the right to have that. Trump has a rich history if you look deep into his background. Let's get back into this video, though.
Stinging criticism and more Republicans piling on the abrupt U-turn, with a White House official telling NBC News a, quote, staffer erroneously made the initial repost. It comes after Tom pressed the president about inflammatory posts he...
Yeah, well, we want to know the staffer's name. We want to know the staffer who allowed this. He says it's Mr. Anti-idiotic. My fault. My apologies, Mr. Anti-idiotic. Idiotic. Anti-idiotic. Excuse me. Apologies. My apologies. But back to Trump. We need to know who the staffer was. Who was the staffer who allowed this? Who was the staffer who okayed this? Who said, yeah, let's push this through? How did this slip through the cracks? And are your staffers, the people who are working for your administration, are they that morally bankrupt? Are they that culturally bankrupt? To not see that there's something wrong with depicting two black individuals as monkeys. We need to know.
Amplifies on Truth Social, including about election integrity.
Some theories about Italians and satellites. I mean, do you believe that stuff?
No, I didn't cheat. I sometimes will retweet.
Yeah.
All as a New York Times analysis of satellite images shows Iran appears to have made only limited fixes to major nuclear sites destroyed by the U.S. The president also told Tom Iran is looking to rebuild.
Are they trying to restart the nuclear program?
Well, I heard that they are, and if they do, and I let them know, if they do, we're going to send them right back and do their job again.
Garrett Hake, NBC News, the White House. Tonight, President Trump speaking out.
Absolutely ridiculous. Now, let's take a look at some of the comments on Twitter from his political foes. Let's go to Tim Scott. Maybe he had more to say. Tim Scott, a Republican. Maybe we can see what Tim Scott talking to Senator Tim Scott. See what he had to say. And what does Nicki Minaj think of this? What does Nicki Minaj think of this? Is Nicki Minaj going to continue to support Trump after depicting black people as monkeys? Will she continue to support him? will she continue to support him? Let's go down. They just played it. I don't know why I can't find it. Hold on. Yeah, well, Tim Scott calls Trump's post depicting Obama as apes racist. So he did say that. I can't find the tweet for some reason. Let me go to AOC. What did she say? I don't see nothing here. Let me go to hold on. Let me go to Hillary. I did see Kamala posted something. Hold on. I did see Kamala post something. I did see Kamala post something. Give me 1 second. Here we go. No one believes this cover up from the White House, especially since they originally defended the post. We are all clear eyed about who Donald Trump is and what he believes. Uh-oh. So she's saying that this is essentially just a cover up. Now, like I said, they initially supported the tweet. Initially, they defended the tweet. They were so prideful and so ignorant and did not want to take accountability that they defended it. Then they continued to see the outrage of the Republicans, some of the Republicans on their side. I think that's what prompted them to delete the tweet. So you have Kamala clapping at them. But all in all, and maybe we should watch a video into Trump's racist past. Let me see if there's any video that could maybe break down Trump's racist past. Let me see. Is there a video that we could watch that we could break that down? Is there something I'm missing? President Trump's racist past. Let's see. Let's see what this is about.
I wanted the word cuppa.
Maybe there's something I'm missing. I'm not paying attention to. Oh, I do remember the Central Park 5. The Central Park 5. That was another thing that where he initially, and he never apologized to the Central Park 5. If you don't know who the Central Park 5 is, 5 Black and Hispanic young men that were wrongfully convicted and charged of sexual assault to a white woman. The police forced them into testimonials, forced them to take plea deals, forced them and made them pretty much admit to a crime that they never committed. So 5 young men who had their lives destroyed. And Trump, I remember Trump back in the day, he was bashing those black men. He was bashing those young black boys, called them animals. Throw them in jail. Throw away the key. And after they had been, exonerated, after they had been exonerated from all wrongdoing, he never apologized. He never apologized for his harmful and hurtful words. That is one thing that I do remember. That is one thing. But let's get into maybe they'll go deeper into other things. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Let's go.
Terrified of what could be on Omarosa's next tape. The former Trump insider says she has recordings of him using the N-word. But these allegations of racism are not the first time we've heard this against this president.
Sarah Huckabee Sanders says it was. Said we didn't hear anything until the campaign.
So we're going to jog the memories of those 378 staffers who work in this White House. Let's start with a video from 1989. This is Donald Trump on NBC.
A well-educated black has a tremendous advantage over a well-educated white in terms of the job market. And I think,
like I said, this is a 70-year-old white man. You're hearing it from him. You're getting into the racist mind of Donald Trump. And like I said, I have a hard time believing that this man isn't racist, in my opinion. But let's get into it.
sometimes a black may think that they don't really have the advantage or this or that, but in actuality, today, currently, it's a great. I've said on occasion, even about myself, if I was starting off today, I would love to be a well-educated black because I really believe they do have an actual advantage today.
Okay, and there's much more. In the 1970s, the Justice Department claimed that Trump's real estate company tried to avoid renting apartments to African Americans. Several of Trump's former casino workers have claimed he gave preferential treatment to white workers. In 1989, Trump urged the death penalty for 5 black and Latino teenagers known as the Central Park Five.
I talked about that.
He said they were guilty of raping a white woman even 10 years after DNA evidence exonerated them. 23 years later, Trump claimed that then-President Barack Obama was not born in the United States. And in 2015, Trump kicked off his campaign with this.
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you. They're sending people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people.
Some fine people. It hasn't stopped, by the way. In June 2017, the New York Times reported Trump said 15,000 immigrants from Haiti, quote, all have AIDS, and over 40,000 Nigerians would never, quote, go back to their huts. The White House pushed back on those claims. Hey, MSNBC fans, thanks for checking.
Is Trump a racist? Is Trump a racist? I think that's a foregone conclusion that he's a racist. The next question is, will he apologize? Will he apologize? I don't think he will, but will he apologize for his words? Will he apologize? Will he take accountability? Will they give the name of the staffer who put out that video? I don't think they'll do any of those things. So I just wanted to go through the history of Trump, the racism, some of the nonsense in the video and all of that. I just wanted to go through that. And just to get you guys' thoughts on that. And let me know in the comment section. Let me know, do you feel if Trump is a racist? Do you feel like he's an unabashed, unapologetic racist, scumbag? You know? I believe he is. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Republicans. Obama video. Yeah, there's some people speaking out. Now, I don't think Obama has made a statement yet. I would like to. It's going to be interesting when he finally decides to speak about this. I'm sure he's been briefed about it already, but it should be interesting when he decides to speak about this. When he decides to, give his remarks. Yeah, but let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys feel about this story about Donald Trump. And I'll get back to you guys another day, another time. We are out. Toodles.